Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Mine was amazing. I was in church, and I thank God for this opportunity, and I thank you for taking your time to be part of us. Are we taking our policemen to a slaughterhouse? That is the question that many experts are asking. New revelations are confirming that as Kenyans await for the United Nations Security Council to veto the 1,000 soldiers that are to be taken to Haiti for what they call peacekeeping, the task ahead is quite enormous and very challenging. This is after one of the gang leaders in Haiti warned William Ruto that it is not going to be business as usual. One of the gang leaders called Cherizier, otherwise known as the local name that is known there is Barbecue, sent a warning to foreign security forces that will be sent to Haiti. And he told them that if they try to mistreat the Haitians, then they are going to resist until the last drop of their blood. By the way, this story is carried in Al Jazeera, VOA, in all those international papers. If you go there, you will find it. And this guy, this is what he's saying. Haitian gang leader warns potential foreign forces against any abuses. And this guy is saying that if these foreigners or the foreign forces will land in Haiti, they expect two things. And this one I want to read for you what he was saying, that if when the foreign forces arrive, they arrest the corrupt oligarchs, politicians who are selling weapons and ammunition to the people in the underprivileged neighborhoods, I will applaud them. That is number one. That he expects that when Kenya or the Kenyan policemen arrive in Haiti, the first thing that they will do is to arrest the politicians that is fighting against the government that be. He expects the Kenyan soldiers to begin with the Prime Minister Ariel Henry. Number two, Cherizier is saying that if the first thing they do when they arrive in the country is arrest the Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry, we'll applaud the foreign forces if we see them working to reestablish security in the country so life can get back to normal. We'll applaud them. Ladies and gentlemen, you all understand that after the assassination of the late President Jovenel Moise, Haiti has got what we call a caretaker government, a makeshift kind of government. They don't have a president, but they have a prime minister by the name Ariel Henry. So, Cherizier, who is one of the gang leaders, is saying that he expects the Kenyan policemen to begin with arresting the prime minister and arrest the other politicians. And is saying that if this is not going to be done and the Kenyan forces begin to commit atrocities like rape and beating their people, persecuting them, then they will fight to the last drop of their blood. And this is why experts are asking whether we are really leading our soldiers into a slaughterhouse, because the expectation of the gang leader and the expectation of the Kenyan soldiers are very parallel. The Kenyan soldiers are going there to protect the Prime Minister, this guy called Ariel Henry. Because it is Ariel Henry himself who was overwhelmed and overpowered. Then he requested the UN Security Council to send foreign forces to help him. And this took time because there was no any other nation that was willing to go and try and create peace and tranquility in that country, because there is something that they know that we don't want they don't want to tell us. Jimmy Cherizier is not your ordinary man. He's a former police officer. He operated in Haiti and he knows that country very well. He's leading a gang called G9 family. In fact, this guy is known to the UN Security Council that he has been sanctioned. At some point, because of his influence and power, he blocked oil pipes and petroleum pipes within the capital city of Haiti. And this caused a lot of problems for 2 months. This is the man that even the Prime Minister, who's leading the makeshift government, fears, and he had to call for foreign powers to help him. So this guy, leading his gang members, has warned Ruto, has warned Koume, has warned Kenyan soldiers that they are going to experience the mother of all battles. Yet our Kenyan soldiers are being told that then when they go there, they are going to protect, the civilians. They are going to rebuild schools. How do you do this when a gang leader has warned? They are preparing and they are prepared that when you get there, it is going to be a fierce battle. It is known, and it is a known fact, that there is a lot of proliferation of guns, illegal guns, in the hands of Haitians. And one thing that is coming out very clearly is that the US forces, the US government is supporting Prime Minister Ariel Henry. But there are other forces that are supporting the other gang leaders. So we are getting into a war of the titans. So most likely it is about the capitalists and the communists that are fighting, the powers from the west and powers from the east. And Kenya is getting into this without knowing. Because when gang leaders are fighting the government, they are so fierce that they had the audacity to raid and kill a president. I want you to picture the way President Ruto is being protected. And you picture people, a gang that has got the audacity, have got the weapons, that can raid Karen or Surgoi or State House and kill the president, including the First Lady and all the children. What kind of operation do you think that is? This is not a normal operation as we are made to understand. Because these are people who are supported. Two forces are fighting within Haiti. And Kenya is getting into it very blindly. People like Okur Okot have warned. The former Chief Justice warned Kenyans that we are getting into a war that is going to be very difficult for us to manage. And I know that maybe the police can be aided with some weapons. But this is not an Azimio mass action. Because I think that when the Azimio went to the street, Ruto knew very well that he was going to send the policemen to Haiti. And what they did in Kisumu and on the streets was just like a rehearsal. When they were killing people and beating people there, because they knew that they were to go to Haiti. And I really want this notorious policeman who was captured shooting into journalist's car, shooting into Raila's car. I really want this guy to go there, because the situation that is being depicted in Kenya is not the situation, the real situation in Haiti. And we are warning this so that we won't be surprised when we are woken up by shocking news that maybe 100 Kenyan policemen have died. This kind of unilateral undertaking is very dangerous for us. All the other presidents refused. Our president is just 1 year into office. What makes him think that he's so much clever and wise that he can take soldiers into a place that other presidents fear? Is it because of money that we want to sacrifice our soldiers? We are just warning, because we see even the civil societies that are in the rights group that are in Haiti have refused. They have written a letter to the African Union. They have written a letter to the American government warning. And the reason why the Jimmy Cherizier is talking this way, we have a history as a Kenyan police. The Kenyan police has a very bad history of just maiming people and killing them and committing atrocities. And this is why Jimmy is saying that if they get there and they attempt to commit any atrocity, then they will face the music. And this gang is going to use this excuse to attack our soldiers, because our soldiers are known for killing people. They did this during the corona pandemic when there was a curfew and they were enforcing that curfew. And this is in the UN reports. If you Google, you'll realize that the Kenyan police is known for harassing people. Leave alone during the demonstrations, you can say that maybe people are violent there. Even during the corona, when they are enforcing curfew, they beat people and kill them. And this is known. So the gang leaders are going to use this to start attacking our policemen under the guise that these people are known to be violent. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot take this warning casually, because for a gang leader who has destabilized a government, and you see, he's using he's telling their people that it is the foreign powers, especially the US, that is destabilizing their government. And so some people love him because he has told them that their democratic rights are being trashed by the foreign masters, just like what is happening in Kenya today. You've seen all the things that are happening: high taxes, removal of subsidies, installing leaders. The same thing. It is happening in Haiti, and that is why Ruto was the right man, because the same way he's being supported by the foreign powers is the same way that the makeshift prime minister, Ariel Henry, is being supported, and that's why he rushed there. I want to urge our government not to be a puppet. We cannot be implementing everything that Joe Biden wants. We are an autonomous country, and we should be thinking of our soldiers, our policemen, our people first before we listen to the foreigners. It is very sad that we are listening to the foreigners so much. If we lose our policemen, if our policemen are going to be massacred, and of course we are not praying for them to meet the bad fortunes there, but if at all they are going to be massacred, then one person will carry that cross, the burden, the guilt, and the blood in his hands. Because many experts have warned, we should have at least looked at we are very far away from Haiti. Even the neighboring countries have refused to go there. Even we have a language barrier. We speak English, they speak French. So we are going to be forced to go back to classes and learn French. Why must we do this? All the other African countries, no one is going there. We understand that we've got such a dalliance with the international community, but this is so bad. So ladies and gentlemen, even for our soldiers, I understand it is a yes sir situation, but let us move very cautiously with what is happening in the country.